Do you remember when Michael locked me and Sonny in the basement, hoping to get us back together? Clearly, Morgan was paying attention, and now he has Molly's help. Who are these kids?
Okay, let's not get too crazy. At least we know it's the kids. It's not Anthony or Franco or anybody else.
Okay, I know. I have no right to judge anyone else's crazy plan. But if Jax finds out about this, there goes my chance at any kind of a custody agreement.
Still nothing?
It's taking too long. Carly should have responded by now.
Maybe the email didn't go through.
No, it would have bounced back. I think we need to send another one, only more threatening.
That's a bad strategy. You don't want to come off too anxious. We made the demand, now it's up to the other guy.
That's quite an insight.
Comes with having a mob boss dad.
This is ridiculous. I'm gonna put an end to it.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna bust my kid. I'm gonna email Morgan and tell him to get home with his sister where he's gonna stay for the rest of his natural life.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Because if Morgan knows we're on to him, he and Molly could take Jocelyn and run.
Do you really think they'd do that?
I think that they think that they're on some kind of adventure right now with Molly involved. Who knows where they would end up?
God, you're right. That little miss isn't life romantic.
I say that we wait them out, okay? You give them time to think about what they're doing and reconsider.
I just can't sit and do nothing.
You think I don't know that? So we're going to start a search. But we don't want this to go public. If they find out that we're looking for them and they take off, they could be in a lot of danger.
Hey.
Jax? Why are you in handcuffs?
Yeah, ask your father.
Wait, what did my father do now?
You really want to know?
Yeah?
He bribed the mediator in our custody hearing to drug me. And he also planted illegal drugs in my hotel suite, which would be the hotel suite that your baby sister sleeps in.
Wait, why would my dad do that?
To win custody for Carly.
Hey, what's up, kid? You here to pay your stepfather's bail?
No, I'm here about a parking ticket. I didn't even know Jax was here. Look, I don't have the kind of money you need. But what else could I do for you?
You can get Carly to pay my bail. You can tell her that it will convince me that she had nothing to do with this.
Look, I don't think I should get in the middle of the situation between you and
Just
my
asking
mom.
you to be the messenger, Michael. That's all I'm asking you to do here.
Did you ever think about...
Make them wait approach is the most effective way to go. I think we need to stay proactive.
How about we meet in the middle? Give it another half hour or so.
I suppose that's fair.
The only problem is, even if Mom and Jax come together, it doesn't mean they'll stay that way.
Well, it's about proximity, bonding in a moment of mutual distress.
I don't know.
Well, come on, let's review. Carly bailed on Jax, mostly because she was insecure about Brenda. She thought Jax would eventually answer to the siren call of an old love. So Carly basically made it a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay, so
Jax got mad at being dumped and got back at Carly by filing for custody of Jocelyn. But it's all petty stuff, misunderstandings and reactions to hurt feelings. Nothing worth a permanent breakup. And Carly and Jax will see that when they have to band together to rescue their little girl.
how can you be so sure?
I've read tons of books and seen 3 movies that ended just that way.
I'd still like to have some sort of guarantee.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
I am?
Yeah, I've got a decent legal vocabulary, enough to write up a contract of reconciliation. We'll make Jax and Carly sign it before they can get Jocelyn back.
Genius.
Right?
So it's settled. We'll go to Vegas the last week of July when my father is safely out of town.
Yeah, that week doesn't work for me.
But it has to.
But it doesn't. I have to go either before that or after that.
Why?
Because
That's your answer?
timing is very important with these sorts of things.
You're going to Vegas to gamble with high rollers, right?
Right.
Well, isn't Vegas like the high roller capital of the world? Aren't they always there?
Maybe.
So it doesn't really matter what week we go. On the other hand, this is the only time that I have to play with. It would be so great, you and me in Vegas, not having to worry about my parents, barging in on us and accusing us of getting married. On the other hand, Vegas is the quickie marriage capital of the world.
Hey,
too.
bite your tongue. Been there, got my heart stomped on, thank you very much. We're not getting married in Vegas. What am I talking about? We're not even going to Vegas.
Hey, have you heard from your sister?
Neither one.
We're looking for Molly.
Oh, yeah, she was here earlier.
Did she say or do anything that might look suspicious?
She seemed anxious to connect with Morgan, but other than that...
What's going on?
Molly and Morgan took off with Jocelyn.
Why would they do that?
It's a long story, but right now we have to find them as quickly and quietly as possible.
Right, so any help you guys can give us, we'll take it.
Molly is not answering or replying to my texts.
So what does that mean?
That my little sister is too smart for her own good. She didn't bring her phone, so the GPS can't track her.
Ah, that is smart.
I just hope my sister's okay because I want her fully conscious when I kill her. This is probably the worst idea that she's ever had.
Well, the good news is, both Molly and Morgan are too young to drive, so they can't have gone too far.
Thank God for that.
And, I mean, how many places can they really go with a toddler and not be noticed, right?
In the meantime, we just hope and pray that Jax does not find out. He could totally use this against Carly.
Oh, that's right, they're in that custody battle thing.
Well, it's more like a war. With Morgan and Jocelyn disappearing under Carly's watch, that gives him pretty serious ammunition.
So which side are you rooting for?
I try to stay neutral. Jax is my godfather, and he's always been great to me.
I did not know that.
I'm a constant revelation.
Yes, you are.
On the other hand, I like Carly. I'm probably not supposed to, but I think she's cool. She's all fierce, but, caring at the same time.
Well, she certainly doesn't suffer fools lightly. I gotta admire that.
Jax is saying that she's a bad mother. That she's dangerous for her kids to be around, so she shouldn't have Jocelyn.
Well, that's more about Sonny and Jason and Kylie, right?
Well, that's what Jax is saying, but honestly, I think he's just upset that their marriage didn't work out. Which is totally unfair, using Jocelyn to get back at Carly. The whole thing just makes me sad, because Jax is better than this.
Yeah, well, love makes asses of us all.
Who said that?
I just did.
Profound.
Oh, I know, right? I'm a thinker.
Oh my God. You totally helped me figure this out.
Good for me. Figure out what?
Well, I had to get off track, but I know exactly where Morgan and Molly took Jocelyn.
Have you heard from Molly or Morgan?
No? Why, should I have? I don't understand.
That's not from Anthony. Morgan and Molly took off with Jocelyn, and if they send that to Jax, he's going to forward it straight to the courts.
All right, look, I wouldn't worry about Jax. He's got more than enough problems right now.
What happened?
Well, I went to the PCPD to pay a parking ticket. Jax was there, handcuffed.
Jax was arrested?
Yeah, there was an incident at the Metro Court involving a court-appointed mediator, raging, drugged-out Jax, more drugs found in his room, and he was resisting arrest.
Really?
That's all I know. Look, he said if you bail him out, it'll count in your favor in court.
I'm never.
So, how was Jax? Was he still high or messed up from the drugs?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he was rational and in control like usual. He looked like hell, though.
God. All right, well, what did he say about this deal? If I bail him out...
Carly.
Look, it'll prove to him that you weren't involved in the frame-up, and that can go to your advantage in court.
Okay, listen to me. You cannot let Jax bully you into getting involved in this. You had nothing to do with whatever happened to him. You let him clean this up. We need to focus on finding Morgan and Molly before Jax figures out what happened.
Well, if Jax is in lockup, he's probably not going to find out about what happened with Morgan and Molly. But if I leave him there, Jason, won't I be throwing away my last chance at peace? I mean, don't I owe Jocelyn that?
Said reconciliation to include living together. Wait. Said reconciliation to include cohabitation. That's better, right?
Sounds official.
And no fewer than 2 romantic date nights per week.
That's too far.
But if we don't make spending quality time part of the contract, it might not take...
You guys are in so much trouble.
How did you find us?
Well, your sister knows you well. Apparently the country club is right down the road.
Well, the Pizza Shack used to be your favorite stop off for a snack. You don't like the food at the club, and you're upset that it didn't open.
Plus, this place is in walking distance from Carly's house, so you didn't have to take Joss on public transportation.
Excellent detective work. You guys should go work with Sam.
Do you realize the potential train wreck you could have set in motion by taking Jocelyn?
We were just trying to get Mom and Jax back together.
Well, this isn't the way to do it. Grab your things.
But they're supposed to show up together to pick Jocelyn up.
You emailed Jax too?
No, just Carly with instructions for both.
Thank God. You realize Jax could use this to strengthen the custody case against Carly. Never mind. Let's go. We need to get Jocelyn home and hope that Jax never finds out that she was gone.
My dad said he was working with Helena Cassadine.
You are in so much trouble, I don't even know where to start.
Sorry I scared you, Mom.
Sorry doesn't cut it. Come here, baby. I don't want to yell at you in front of your sister. I think she's had a hard enough day, don't you?
Here, I'll take her to Mercedes. Come on.
Thank you.
There you go.
Go on,
Oh,
sweetheart.
yeah, you're fine. I got you.
Nice going, Morgan.
Thank you both for finding them.
Oh, well, Kristina deserves all the credit.
Don't even try to justify this or come up with some kind of excuse.
Please
okay?
don't be too hard on Morgan. This was all my idea. I thought if you and Jax were forced to reunite for Jocelyn's sake, you'd realize that you still love each other and get back together.
Okay, I'm speaking to both of you when I say this. What you did was wrong. And not to mention really dangerous. You know Jocelyn is still recovering from a kidney transplant. What if something went wrong?
We took her medicine with us, Mom.
If there was a real crisis, the medication wouldn't have mattered. Do you realize that?
I guess we didn't think it out very well.
There's more than just one reason this was a really bad idea. Why do you think we have guards all around?
Because Dad has enemies.
Yes, and if those enemies would have found out that you guys took off on your own, what do you think would have happened? I'm not done with you. Carly, Jax. Okay, thanks for calling. Well, the judge made a decision about Jocelyn's custody.
Here you go. And a copy of all the paperwork's been forwarded over to your attorney. Has the story gone public? Yeah, it's, the media's aware.
Yeah, Sonny doesn't mess around, does he?
Yeah. Oh, you should know that the judge in your custody case, he also requested a copy of the paperwork.
Did you tell him I was framed?
I sent it to him. But he wanted me to let you know that he'll be rendering a decision tomorrow on the custody case. Thanks.
My compliments. You managed to divert what could have been a disaster.
I'm just glad that we got everybody back home, and hopefully it ends here and Jax will never have to know.
Are you worried I'm going to tell on you?
I trust you implicitly.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, I just dropped Molly off. She is one grounded young lady.
I'm sure Mom is flipping out.
Yeah, Molly barely made it through the door when your mom confiscated her laptop.
Oh, this is only the beginning. That's kind of weird, though, because usually I'm the one that's grounded.
Well, this time you were the heroine of the piece.
Man, that's true. Well, my mom might have lost Jocelyn if Jax found out she was missing. So thank you for finding out where Molly and Morgan were.
Well, you can pay me back.
Uh-oh.
Dad is going to be gone the last week of July, and I need you to run interference with my mom.
How come?
Ethan is taking me to Vegas.
Okay, so Molly and Morgan never sent the ransom email to Jax, so he never has to know that they took off with Jocelyn, right?
That's great, and the judge never has to know either.
Yeah. I'm really scared about this decision.
I'll get it.
Okay, just back off, all right? I'm not surprised to see you here. You know what? You can tell Sonny a message from me. Tell him congratulations on a game well played, but he's still gonna lose. And so are you. I'd really like to believe that you had nothing to do with this.
I didn't.
But I don't believe you. Because drugging people used to be your specialty. Wasn't it? I mean, I'd ask AJ, but he's dead.
I had nothing to do with drugging or framing you.
Yeah, of course I don't expect you to admit it.
Jax.
But when I find out the truth,